Hey everyone, thanks for joining me on Behold the Lamb. What a great day to behold the Lamb. I hope that in this 28-day challenge, you've been inspired to behold the Lamb every day. There's so much that He wants to reveal of Himself to you, and we get an opportunity every day to behold the Lamb. The Bible says His mercies are new every morning. So I jump on for 5 minutes and just encourage you every day to look for Him. Do you know that you can train your eyes and ears to look and to listen for God? And the opposite is true too. If we don't train, then there's a chance we'll miss Him in some of the big and small ways He's speaking. So you're a prophetic people. You are a people who are going after Jesus. And how's He speaking to you today? So my encouragement to you is to find out how He's speaking. Are you beholding the Lamb? Do you find that in this 28-day challenge, your peripheral vision is widening? That's the point, is learning to see Him every day. And it trains our neural pathways to look for Him. This 28-day challenge, the way the Lord showed it to me, was that it would set the tone for the rest of our lives. That if we could just begin to look for Him every day, it would set the tone for the rest of our lives, and we would begin to see Him in big and small ways normal. This is normal Christianity. He is always talking. You were meant to walk with Him in the garden in the cool of the day. So this is that. So I want to hear from you. This works. How if you share it, if you like it, if you comment and say, here's how I'm beholding the Lamb in big and small ways. I know it pushes you to look. I know it pushes you to widen your peripheral vision and go, God, how are you speaking to me? And some people get hung up in the, gosh, I want this 9,000-year-old voice to speak to me. And God's speaking to you through colors, through sound, through songs, through things that you like, through flowers and colors and creative things, as well as in the business, going over a document or in a meeting. God can interrupt your board meeting and just fill your life with His presence. I've had that so many times. God can remind you of a smell. He can remind you of a feeling when your thoughts and feelings connect and collide. There He is. I'm going to tell you my story in just a second, but the encouragement is, how is God speaking to you? And we began on March 4th. We knew we were to March 4th into a new season of life, and it culminates this Sunday, Resurrection Day. And I want you to behold the Lamb with us, whether you've been doing it all 28 days or 4 days, or this is the first time you're hearing about this. You can go back and listen to those, or you can just start with us right now and start the trek of beholding the Lamb. The world is beholding darkness everywhere, and there's tons of it. But God said, who is beholding the Lamb? So I want to hear from you. Put in the comments how you are beholding the Lamb today. Think about it, big and small ways, and don't not comment. Just go in there and then share it so your friends get inspired by your boldness to behold the Lamb as well. So here's my story. I'm listening to one of my favorite speakers. And one of my favorite speakers this morning was talking about the power of our thought life. And he was talking about how thoughts are like seeds. They germinate and then they conceive, just like when a baby is born. And scientists say, and I've studied this, that when a baby is born, light happens in the womb at conception. And it's the same, by the way, in your thought life. This speaker didn't say it, but he was inspiring me to remind myself of the things that I've learned regarding thought life. That's why your brain fires and new neural pathways are created. Synapses fire at new thought patterns, which is basically conception. And so that's why Jesus said very vehemently, He said, hey, listen, don't watch your thoughts. If you think about lusting after another man's wife, you might as well have done it. Why? It's not just because He's ridiculing sin or pointing out sin or the fact that we have thoughts. Really what He's saying is, think about the power of your thought life. So turn that into a positive then. What if you began to think on the things that were lovely, pure, divine, What if you began to think on things that were lovely? In the New Age, they visualize things. Listen, that came from the Lord. That's exactly what Jesus was thinking. Hey, if you let your imagination run negatively, you might as well have done it. But spin that. If you let your divine imagination run positively, things will begin to manifest for you. And the New Age has stolen that concept from the Bible. This belongs to us. It is so important that your emotions connect with your God dream. And when your emotions connect, a spark happens, light happens, and a seed is born. Don't forget to allow what God has spoken to you to permeate your whole body, spirit, soul, and body. So this morning, I'm beholding the Lamb, and I start going through and I start remembering, even visualizing the things that God has spoken to me about, and got right back into the spirit, right into that place. And so get right back in that spot, have faith. It'll bring your faith to the forefront. That's exactly what it did to me. And I got back in that vision realm just as if I were there a moment ago, and I could feel my desires and my emotions connecting. Whatever things you desire when you pray, believe that you'll receive them. And it pushed my desires to the forefront and connected me to his will. All right, let me hear from you. How are you beholding the Lamb? Let's go. Share this with your friends. Thanks, guys, for jumping on. I see many of you already jumping on. Love you all.